UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, it's Robert Miguel getting ready for the weekend. We've got lots of cool stuff going on in Uvalde County, and not just Uvalde County, beyond. Our good friends over in Hondo, Graff 7A Ranch, have their fall festivities going on. They've got the hay ride. They've got the corn maze, pumpkin patch, all kinds of great stuff. Delicious food, cold beer, adult beverages, and live music in the dance barn. And we love highlighting some of the artists that are performing out there at that dance barn. So with me on the phone playing this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, from the Jace Martin Band, Mr. Jace Martin. What's up, man? Do I call you Jace, Jason? What are we calling you?
Let's call it Jace Martin.
Okay, very good, man. So,
thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, so we're excited to have you at the Graff Ranch in Hondo this weekend. 2 shows, man, doing double duty. So, first of all, let's give us quick details on, I guess it's going to be, Saturday evening and then maybe an early show Sunday?
On Saturday, I think we start at 7 o'clock. So
okay.
It's a little early, but it's not too late. It's going to be a nice time. It's almost like prime time. It's not going to be too cold at night. Sunday, it's going to be, I believe, at 2 o'clock. So it's going to be one of those really nice early afternoon shows, and I encourage everybody to come out because if you've never seen the band, it's an exciting, fun, crazy, variety type show that just has a little bit of something for everybody.
Now, and what's really cool is now that, we're here in Southwest Texas, but man, in the fall, it's just a great time to go see a show outdoors, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Right now, the weather's a little bit nicer than it was just a few weeks ago because, it changes so quickly here in Texas. It went from being, 130 to, it's really nice right now. So I encourage everybody to come out and check it out. It's going to be a great time.
So again, 2 shows, Saturday and Sunday, Jace Martin Band at the Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. They have gone cashless, so get your tickets in advance at graff7aranch.com. And again, bring the family. Lots of family fun and live music in the dance bar. Now, Jace, you've been doing music for a long, long time, but this Jace Martin Band of yours is relatively new. So let's go ahead and start back in the very, very beginning, because you've been a long time with the Electric Cowboys here in the area. So let's go ahead and go all the way back and let's talk about your inspiration to be a musician and then what led you to the big band you were in for many years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was with the Electric Cowboys for so many years. I was their singer, the frontman for a long time, and it was one of those things where it was really cool because with that band, I got the opportunity to do these crazy tours with so many cool people, everybody from Tim McGraw to the Dixie Chicks to, Toby Keith, Willie Nelson. So we did so many different things, and now the opportunity that we had to do something on our own is just the same. We're getting the opportunity to actually headline shows now and fairs and festivals and different things like that. And it's crazy because we've been so busy with that we haven't had a chance to put out any original music, which, is in a sense is kind of cool because we're still touring considering we don't have anything out as Jace Martin yet. But I will have something out here probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks, and that's something that I'd like to, for everybody to kind of be on the lookout for. The music itself, over the years has changed. We started out with, a little accordion here and there in the music and try to make things different. And even now, we always try to do something different with the music. So it's going to be one of those things where you're going to see the evolution of, what Jace was between, the early 90s all the way up to today. I know I'm making myself sound really old. But
no, not at all. But just for the sake of clarification, let's go ahead and tell the story. Now, Jace, when did you join the Electric Cowboys, and what were you doing prior to that? Because I know you spent a long time with that band. So I guess, what was your foray into music? Were you doing solo for a while, or did you jump right into the Electric Cowboys back in the day?
No, so what I was doing is I was touring with these different bands, and back then I was actually an accordion player and a piano player. So I started out as that, with a bunch of different bands until I actually found my home, for many years, which was the Electric Cowboys, and I did that back in 1997. That's when I joined, and we used to play Tejano music. And we started jumping a little more into the country market, and from then on, it just kind of grew. The passion for country music, and of course, we've always listened to, and I've always listened to different kinds of music, all different genres. Classic rock and rock and pop, and we loved everything. So we were the type of band that infused different genres within our country music itself, and that even happens today. Like in the Jace Martin show, it's really cool because we'll mash up like an '80s song with like a country song, and people just kind of like freak out because we go from like, you know, Pat Green Wave on Wave to like Def Leppard Hysteria, you know, and like in the same groove, and people that are dancing look up at the stage like, what are y'all doing, you know? But we did start way back in 97, and we had, like I said, we had the opportunity to do all these really, really cool things. I was there for so long, and being in the organization taught me so much about the business, and so much about music itself, and the experiences that I had meeting all these different people and getting to know all these different people in different towns that treated us so nicely, and gaining fans and friends is one of those things that you just can't replace. You know, I'm up here in age, but at the same time I can say, you know what, you know, if I stop doing this tomorrow, you know, those experiences will last me a lifetime.
Now the Electric Cowboys, obviously you did a lot of shows in the Texas region, but give me a few examples of some of the other cool, interesting places the road might have taken you.
Oh gosh, we used to go to like Lincoln, Nebraska, Boise, Idaho, where like you wouldn't think that like and it's cool because like even on our country shows we play like some Spanish music, you know, and it's like we'd go there and be like, oh man, Lincoln, Nebraska, nobody here is gonna like if we do this and this, and we'd do it. And people would go nuts, you know, and it was really cool to see people like different kinds of music, you know, just like when you don't expect it, you know, it's a great feeling, you know, places up in Maine and over in New York City and places like that where you just wouldn't expect that, and people, they love it, you know, all those different places that I never thought I'd ever see, and I got the opportunity to do so. I think we've traveled 49 out of the 50 states. The only place I haven't been to is Hawaii. But I'm waiting patiently.
Fantastic,
so Hawaii,
man.
If you want us to go play, please give me a call. I'm ready.
Again, we got Jace Martin here, Jace Martin Band this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. 7 p.m. show Saturday, 2 p.m. show on Sunday. And we're talking about his original band, the Electric Cowboys, which you spent several years in that band for a while. And now you're moving on to kind of a newer thing here. But getting back to the Electric Cowboys, what did you guys do? It sounds like you did mostly cover songs and kind of like support, you know, performances for other larger bands. Is that pretty much the way it was, or how much original music did the Electric Cowboys manage to put out?
Well, we actually managed to put out a record, and we have 2 records out.
Okay.
As the Electric Cowboys. I'm working on my first one with Jace Martin. Now, here's the thing. Check this out. This is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's kind of like, and I'll tell you why. I know.
Okay.
We have our own original music. You know, we've done some stuff that's been on the charts. We've gone over to Nashville. We've won different awards, and that's really cool. But we get hired a lot and booked a lot for a lot of the cover stuff we do. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot. We have a lot of original music, but we still do cover stuff. And people were saying, you know, well, I like what you're doing with the cover, especially like the mashup stuff that we do because it's so much fun. It makes the show very different. And we ended up starting to having to do. And I say having to do because people were requesting and messaging me, you know what, I want to hire you guys, but I want you, you know, can you guys do this kind of a show? And I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, whatever it is that the public wants to hear is what we're going to do. So although we do have original music, you know, don't let the whole cover thing fool you. We do everything differently, and we do everything in a way that we make sure that it's very, very different from your, you know, typical cover band.
Sure. Yeah, you have your own spin on it. Something that, even though you're doing other people's music, it's something that you guys uniquely do that is all you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now you spinning off and now doing what you're focusing your energy on, Jace Martin Band. Does some of that stem from your desire to do more original stuff?
Yes, actually, it does. So I was the chief writer and arranger for the Electric Cowboys for so many years. And I want to continue doing that here with Jace Martin. So this record, of course, has all original music. And that's a passion that hasn't stopped. You know, just because we do a lot of cover stuff doesn't mean that we stop doing that.
Sure, yeah.
So you're going to get to hear a lot of the things that are basically, you know, coming out of our brains, you know, over the last several years. We've been writing and producing and arranging things. And now we're finally going to get the opportunity to actually finally put that stuff out for the world to hear.
Well, that is fantastic. Well, so while we're at it, let's go and talk about the other members of the band. Who have you assembled to be the Jace Martin Band?
So check this out. We have, I'm telling everybody right now, we have a 3-piece band. It's 3 guys. It's drums, bass, guitar. And sometimes I get people that are like, well, 3 guys, you know, how does that work? And you know what? We fill that stage up together. We've been playing so long together. Like Steve, our bass player, we have a bass player. His name is Steven Gonzalez. Steve and I have been playing together for so long. He was a part of the Electric Cowboys for a very long time, too. So we already know each other. We know what areas to fill as far as, like, the gaps in music. The drummer, his name is also Steve. His name is Steve also. So I used to play with him when I was like 14 years old. We played together in a band when we were kids. And, we went full circle. He finally came back. We picked him up. And now I got 2 Steves and a Jace. And that's how we tour, 3-piece. And it's been working. It's a lot of fun. And it's a little challenging as a 3-piece trying to fill all those gaps musically. But we learned, and we had to kind of adjust, because as the Electric Cowboys, we were like a 5-piece band.
Yeah. Hey, man, but anybody that gives you guff about 3 guys in a band, you say 2 words: Genesis and Rush. All right?
Exactly.
Well, very good, man. We're talking to Jace Martin. The Jace Martin Band is performing again this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. Man, so as far as the new music, what is the ETA? And that sounds like you're still in the pretty early stages. Have you got all the songs picked out for whatever, LP, EP, however that's going to look? And then when you do record and release it, is that going to be digital? Is it going to be on CDs? How are you going to release it to the masses for consumption?
It's going to be out, on all digital platforms for sure. I do want to print CDs. I even want to print vinyl on these things. We're gonna go all out with it. The ETA on that is roughly about 3 to 4 weeks. Everything's already been recorded. It just has to be mixed and mastered. So we're at the very, very end stages of releasing that music.
Wow, very cool.
It's coming. It's coming. It's going to be very soon.
Now, as far as the recording process, is it independent? Did you guys do it yourself in your garage, in your home studio, or did you go out of town? Did you find a studio that you're working with? Give us the inside details on the recording process itself.
The recording process itself, we do everything in my home studio.
Nice.
But everything, even with the Electric Cowboys, was coming out of the studio. So everything that we did was a product of us getting together. We built the studio here in my home, and everything that we've done, even when we did stuff like the Spanish stuff, everything has come out of this studio here. So the writing, the arranging, that's one of those rooms where, if I get up at midnight and I'm like, I got an idea, I can just run right across the hall and,
nice.
Get into that recording room and throw something on tape really quick. But that's the way that we do things here.
Now, as far as the players on the record that you're going to release, is it just you and the 2 Steves, or do you have any guest musicians or collaborations? I love
that you're like, you and the 2 Steves. Yeah, it's me and the 2 Steves. We play everything on that record.
Nice.
So I do have a guest musician, a good friend of mine. His name is Chris Barnett. He plays keys. He's on there. He plays piano. He plays organ. As far as collaborations, we do have one. I'm going to keep that a secret until it comes out.
All right.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Well, man, thanks so much for giving us some insight into the new record. Really looking forward to hearing what that sounds like, man. Exciting stuff. So, Jace Martin Band, new album coming up very soon. You said sooner than later, right? So, we're looking forward to that. For those who want to get it digitally as soon as it comes out and keep up with what's going on, what is the best way to find you online and social medias and all that stuff?
So the best way to find me online is going to be at straight up jacemartin.com. That's our website. From there, it'll take you to all our social media, and it'll take you to all the different areas where, you want merchandise, you want music, you want to hear this, you want to see videos, see pictures. That site is going to take you everywhere. We kind of spider you out. So, jacemartin.com. You'll also find booking information on there. Anything that you need, any information that you need on Jace Martin and the band, you will find it on there. So, once again, everybody, I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you so much for the support for so many, many years. We appreciate that, especially since we're still touring and you guys are still with us. JaceMartin.com. Check it out. Come check us out play this weekend, Saturday and Sunday in Hondo.
Very good, man. Well, let's go ahead and I don't have anything new yet because you haven't put it out yet, but let's go and play some old school stuff from the Electric Cowboys. This one's called Miles Away. Go ahead and give us a quick intro about this track.
So this track right here was written a couple of years ago. It was written like at 3 o'clock in the morning on a small couch. My wife and I sat here, and we had an idea. She had an idea, and I was like, let's run with it. It took us like 15 minutes to write. I put it together that same morning, and that same morning we had the demo out to the guys. That night we recorded it, released it 2 days later.
Nice. You're an efficient man, sir. That is awesome. Well, here it is, Electric Cowboys, Miles Away, featuring Jace Martin, who's now lead of the Jace Martin Band, performing this weekend, Graff 7A Ranch in Hondo. Again, get your tickets in advance at graff7aranch.com. Man, thank you so much for spending some time with us, okay, buddy?
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything.
All right, check it out. This is Uvalde Radio.
Here I go again, white lines and marquee signs, rolling with the wind. And all these dreams of mine, no, I shouldn't complain about a damn thing, 'cause all I've ever really wanted was to sing my songs. This road can be so 'Cause these sold-out nights and these neon lights, that's what everybody sees. These party crowds, girls getting down, who wouldn't wanna be me? 'Cause when 1,000 voices are calling my name, but the only one you wanna hear is miles away. The sun's going down on another pickup town. We turn it up loud to drown out all the sounds of all the voices in your heads. Gonna give you a night that you won't soon forget, just to do it all over again. 'Cause these sold-out nights and these neon lights, that's what everybody sees. These party crowds, girls getting down, who wouldn't wanna be me? 'Cause when 1,000 voices are calling my name, but the only one you wanna hear is miles away. Baby, can you meet me out in Denver? 'Cause I can't hold out one more day. 'Cause these sold-out nights